G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/Am I the Arsehole? With that said, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn of the Barbie, and let's get right into it. Am I the asshole for not wanting to be a stay-at-home mom? Okay, so I already know that it sounds bad, but I, 35 female, and my husband Jeff, 37 male, are currently expecting a boy. His first child, my second. I got pregnant with my first when I was 18, and his dad was never in the picture. I work as a substance abuse counselor, and I love my job. And this is where it gets tricky, as my job offered me 8 weeks PTO for when I have our son. I've been so happy because I didn't want to go right back to work soon. Jeff and I got together when I turned 30, and he moved in with me because I own my house. We just got married this year, and have talked about childcare multiple times, so he knows that I don't want to be a stay-at-home mum. Well, I'm due in November, and he just brought the idea up. I was very confused because we've already talked about this, but I guess my mother-in-law and sister-in-law believe that I should stay home with our son as a mother and wife. I just don't understand where their opinions come in, because I already know where they stand. Both of them stayed home with their kids. All three of them sat me down to have this talk, and they want me to focus on the kids, cleaning up the house, making dinner, and all of that. But I already work and do those things. Well, mother-in-law decided to throw it in my face that I never got to be a stay-at-home mum because I was a single mum going to school and working, which, she's not wrong, but it definitely made me pissed that she brought it up. I told them that I worked so hard to give my son a good life, and having another baby doesn't change my decision to keep doing something that I absolutely love doing. And that if they all want someone to take care of the house and kids all day, then Jeff should be a stay-at-home dad, because I make more money than him, and it would make more sense for him to stay home instead of me. It turned absolutely horrible after that. I got yelled at by my mother-in-law and sister-in-law that it's not his role as a father to do those things, that he's the man of the house and should be the one making the money. Jeff just stood there not saying anything, and I blew up and reminded all of them that it is my house, not his. I kicked my mother-in-law and sister-in-law out, and Jeff is so mad at me that he went with them. He said he won't come back till I apologize to all three of them. So, am I the asshole for not wanting to be a stay-at-home mother? OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I felt cornered and shouldn't have put down my husband for making less money than me, and also shouldn't have told all of them that it was my house and not his. I don't feel like that makes you an asshole though. Sorry, but you were cornered. I don't think you put down your husband for making less money. I think you just stated a truth. Why shouldn't you have told them that it was your house and not his? That's also true. Yes, it is a shared home, but legally it is your house. Also, the fact that he didn't stick up for you, and he left with them and demands an apology for all three of them, yikes. Red flags. The deepest red you can ever imagine. That doesn't sound like a supportive partner. That doesn't sound like someone I would want to raise a child with. Not the asshole, OP. And now in the comments, not the asshole. And I'd think long and hard before letting any of them back in. Nope, not the asshole. It is 2022. OP, you make more. It's your house. Your in-laws are dinosaurs, and your husband just proved that he doesn't have your back. Bonus, here's your to-do list for tomorrow. 1. Change locks. 2. Make appointment to see family lawyer about custody, parenting time, and child support in your jurisdiction. 3. Research them on the internet in the meantime. And 4. Resolve that none of those 3 people gets back in the door unless they provide you with a fulsome, sincere apology. Sorry about the marriage, OP. I hope it was fun while it lasted. Yep, not the asshole. Jeff's response is truly over the top. How can he think that that is in any way reasonable? Please look after yourself, OP. Not the asshole, but your significant other and his family sure are. Their ideas on gender roles are extremely outdated and harmful. And the fact that Jeff agrees with them enough to leave the house and wants to force you to apologize to them is a huge problem. Like, I cannot overstate how big of an issue this is, and what a bad portend this is for your relationship and for your future child together. Please reevaluate your relationship with Jeff and whether or not his value systems are compatible with your own. Do you want your son to be taught this drivel about how he needs to grow up to be the man of the house? Do you want the rest of your life to be cooking and cleaning and taking care of the children for Jeff? Because presumably, he won't lift a finger to help you, because that's not his job. Because that's what's going to happen if you stay with this man and let him and his family treat you like this. Please be compassionate to yourself and to your children and realize that you deserve far, far better. And now on to the update. It's currently 1:15 AM and Jeff just called me. He informed me that he cleared out our joint bank account and deposited it into his personal account. Bill money, savings for future trips, grocery money. That he's been thinking, and the only way that he'll come back home is if he can be responsible for all the finances and I put his name on the house too. I said absolutely not, and hung up. I've already reached out to my boss and will be working from home tomorrow via virtual meetings. I will be calling and talking to attorneys tomorrow morning to see what my options are. I didn't let Jeff know that I'll be home, so I'm sure he'll try to stop. I will update again soon. And now in the comments, info. He cleaned out the joint account, but do you have a personal account that he can't touch? Either way, you are not the arsehole, and he and his family with their antiquated ideas can go and take a long walk off a short pier. And OP replies, yes, we both have personal accounts. The shared account was just for things that we saved and paid for together. I'm the only one on my personal account, so he shouldn't be able to access it. So she's already raised one child alone, and now that she has more resources, their gangplank is to threaten to make her do it again. Good luck. Edit, game plan, not gangplank. It's just King Paimon on the end, just threatening you menacingly. Come on, do it, jump. Them, she'll never do it. She has to cave to our demands. She has to. Her, rolls up sleeves and sighs. Here we go again. Utmost respect for single parents. Truly the utmost. Before I became a parent myself, I had a lot of respect for single parents. Since becoming a parent together with somebody else, I have a lot of respect for single parents. This dude's plan: 1. Reveal himself to be a mama's boy. 2. Reveal himself to be a thief. 3. Question marks. 4. OP begs for him back and agrees to eat crap and gives him half her house just cause. Brilliant. There's another comment on OP's account that tells a little bit more of what a joy Jeff is to be around. Quote, okay, so the main reason I got into my line of work was because my dad suffered from substance abuse since before I was born. It took him a long time, but he's been sober since my son was 2 years old. Jeff thinks that we shouldn't be obligated to go along with the rules that my dad has set for family gatherings. They are no alcohol or any type of substances at his house, which everyone is absolutely okay with except Jeff. He would always bring it up at every gathering and start an argument. Who the F complains about a recovering alcoholic not wanting alcohol in their house? Definitely not sarcasm here, but I can relate. There are no couches in my house. I'm recovering from a serious incident, and you will not find a couch in this house. Our next one's pretty spicy. It's titled, My Fiancé Gave a Guy a Blowjob During Her Bachelorette Party. I'm more shocked than livid. My wife had her bachelorette party in a strip club while I was asleep. At around 2 AM, I got a call from a close friend of hers telling me to check my messages. I opened it up and I had turned on the lights and washed my face and then taken my meds before watching the video again. She captioned the video, "Is this the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with?" I was in denial. I know my fiancé, and I know that she would never pull a prank on me like this. I kept watching the video over and over again, and guys, it's her. Holy crap. How could she do this to me? I trusted her, and this is what I got back. I'm thinking about calling off the wedding, but I don't want to be so emotional. I also don't want her to know that I've seen the video because I feel like it'll affect our relationship in the long run. Maybe if I just act like it never happened, it would make things better. Ah yes, that is a fairly nice elephant you've got for our room here, wife. Though I will take no notice of it. It doesn't exist. Now in the comments, acting like it never happened won't make things better. You need to talk to your fiancé. The worst part is, that's just the first one caught on video. If she had it in her to do it once, she has it in her to do it again. Get out before you have kids. And OP says, I will. She sucked a stripper off. If she saw you going down on a stripper at your bachelor party, she'd leave you. Also, she should probably get an STI test, including contact viruses like HSV and HPV. I'd also reflect a bit on her, not considering the potential impact of STDs, as she is supposedly entering a monogamous relationship with you. No. He needs to tell her the wedding is off, and he needs to get her out of his life and tell her family and friends why, with proof I should add. Whatever you do, OP, do not get married to that woman. If she did it with all her family and friends there, just imagine what she's doing when she's just out with the girls. He needs to have the wedding, and right before the vows, plays that video on a huge projector for all to see. Walk out throwing up his middle fingers high and proud. You certainly can't ignore it. If you do, it will lead to resentment and hostility in your relationship going forward. You need to wait until you feel calm, make sure it's just the two of you, and see what she has to say for herself. If it was me, I wouldn't mention the video at first. Just tell her that you know what happened, and see if she outright denies. I would make sure that you have anything material-wise that means a lot to you put away or hidden in case things go south. Stay calm, and you may consider recording your interaction if you think things might get crazy. Make sure you update us, OP. And now, onto the update. I called off the wedding with my fiancé. So I made a previous post here about my fiancé blowing a guy at her bachelorette party. Somehow, some folks were able to guess my name, and now it's gone. When she came back and I confronted her with the video like you all suggested, she denied it, saying she doesn't remember doing any of that. She said she barely drank, and her friend that sent the video was just trying to separate us. She told me her friend, that I've known way before I met my fiancé, has been jealous of the fact that we're getting married, and feels that she would be a better match for me because my fiancé is too wild, and wouldn't make a good wife. Sheesh. There was so much drama involved. It was almost comical. There is literally video evidence against my fiancé, but she's denying it. She claims that she was framed. My friend sent the video to my mum, and it's a mess. She told me that she won't let me make a mistake that would ruin my life. To be honest, I just want to leave. I need a frickin' break from all this madness. If this was a prank, then they got me. They win. I am done. People here are really reaching by saying my friend set my fiancé up. It's not a movie. Stuff like that doesn't happen in real life. I want to find an excuse for my fiancé, but my friend had nothing to do with it. I trust her. And now in the comments, my man, video doesn't lie. She got caught and is stupidly denying it. You did the right thing deciding not to marry her. And OP replies, I'm still thinking about how she could possibly be framed. She couldn't have been framed. She was literally gobbling a cock. Yeah, you're right, but why did the friend send the video to the mum? If she really was a friend, she wouldn't have sent it to the mum. There are things that you don't cross, and she really crossed the line by sending it to his family. Yes, that's trashy. Not even my closest, lifelong friends would dream of sending something like that to my parents. This entire situation is so messy, there is no way to retrieve some of these relationships. OP says, I still don't understand why she would deny it. She's denying it for a couple of reasons. 1. Admitting it will make her the bad guy. She'd be cast as the reason why you broke up, whereas if she keeps denying it, she can frame it as you not trusting her. Or 2, she's hoping that your love for her will make you want to believe that it isn't true, and so will choose to believe her. You wouldn't be the first person to not believe what's right in front of their eyes when it comes to their partner, and you certainly wouldn't be the last either. On the original post, OP revealed that the friend threatened to release the video if he didn't call off the wedding. Screw the ex-fiancé, but she was right about the friend. This whole situation is a mess. Maybe fiancé was indeed set up, as in some drugs were put in her drinks. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't trust the friend. I find her more suspicious than the fiancé. I don't get why it's not the first thing coming up. This whole situation with OP's friend is making me uncomfortable, especially when we know that it's easy to drug someone. She is way too invested in this situation for it not to be a culprit. Our next post is titled, Am I the asshole for giving a free drink to a pretty girl in the bar in front of her friends? Hello. To start off with, I work as a server in a popular bar. I regularly tell my co-workers to give free drinks to girls I find hot. Last weekend, I saw this gorgeous girl sitting with a group of 4 or so girls and one guy. I told my friend to give her a free drink and tell her that she was the best looking girl there. The guy from the group came up to the bar and said that the other girls were hurt and that it was rude for me to do that. The next morning, one of my managers called me and told me that a girl from that group was drunk and crying and made a complaint about us, saying that another one of the girls was the hottest girl there. I think it's a bit trivial, as she doesn't know me and it's just my opinion. Also, it seems kinda trivial. I don't know. Am I being a jerk here? I never want to make anyone feel bad. Now in the comments, you're the asshole. Maybe, no, definitely, stop doing that. I don't know if that's even allowed. Isn't that technically stealing from the company, unless you're paying out of pocket / your paycheck for the drinks? I think that the other girls are being overly sensitive. I will say that perhaps you can execute this slightly better and give multiple girls cheaper shots in the future as to avoid hurting feelings. But overall, I think that anyone who just says you're the asshole are a bit too quick to judge. You never made existence a contest. You made an error and simply didn't anticipate the overly sensitive nature of some drunk people. I say not the asshole, but as a rule of hospitality, if you give something to someone in a group, best give it to them all. You're the asshole. You're an employee, and it's gross that you treat the female patrons like they are there for your judgment and reward. Grosser that you treat your co-workers like your henchmen in this, delivering your creepy little judgments while you skulk around in the back. I need a shower to wash off all the sleazy vibes that you're admitting. Mixed feelings on this one. On one hand, it's not professional to hit on people in a work environment, especially if you're serving them. I've known people who have gotten fired for it. On the other hand, drunk dialing the manager and crying about this is juvenile AF. Think I'll go with not the asshole and tell you to be careful in the future. And now on to the update. Edit. Today I went into work and was taken to a back room. I was fired for gross misconduct. Apparently they are doing a lot of interviews of the staff and another guy was fired too. Oops. I mean, I guess I was expecting it. It wasn't too shocking. I don't agree with it, but life goes on. And now in the comments, what an arse. Comping drinks is pretty normal in the industry, especially for really attractive people. Hot ladies get free drinks, they come back, your bar gets known for having hot ladies, guys come in and spend a lot of money. But God, this guy is such an arse. If you want to hit on one lady in particular, you give her a drink, wink, and then say it's on the house. She feels flattered, everyone is giggly, and there is no pressure. If you want all the ladies to feel good, drop off a round of cheap shots and wink at the lady of your choice. This is by far the best approach because all these attractive women now feel like they're getting something nice and will come back. What he did was creep out the woman of his choice and crap over all of her friends whom she was out at the bar with. You know what doesn't make my nights better? Telling me that I'm hotter than all the women that I love and spend my time with. You don't have to cut down on other women to build me up. Besides, bad business all around. He comes on strong, and she decides no, and now they can't come back because nobody wants to go where they'll either be hit on by someone they don't like or called ugly. If he dropped the drink, winked, and moved on, she would have come back to be flirted with if she wanted, and wouldn't be scared off if she didn't. I'm surprised he lasted that long at that job. I wonder if he'd gotten compliments before, or if he only lost the establishment business because people just wanted to leave and never return, rather than dealing with the hassle of complaining. This guy definitely didn't learn his lesson either. Nice guy vibes all around. Great flirting tips, by the way. Might use them someday, if I ever decide to leave my house. I wonder if it works on guys. Lamau? Dude's head is stuck so far up his ass. If he wanted to hit on girls, all he had to do was send a drink out with a "this one's on me" instead of "out of all the girls you're sitting with, you're the hottest." What a dumbass. I never wanted to make anyone feel bad. Then proceeds to tell everyone how he singled out one woman in a group of women to tell her that she's better looking than the other women. Not only is this rude, but seriously creepy. I would never accept a drink from a guy under circumstances like that. And that's where I'm going to end today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.